Hello, this is Rob Slane, Marketing Director for Emsi UK, and I want to tell you about an exciting new report we built into our analyst tool, which is designed to help you navigate your way through the current economic disruption by giving you a good understanding of what is going on in your local economy, particularly in terms of employer demand and unemployment. The report is called Response Tracker, and you'll find it by first going to the homepage of Analyst and then clicking on Regional Response and then the Response Tracker box. The first thing you'll need to do is select the area you want to look at. And for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to select Manchester. At the top of the tool, you'll see that there are 3 expandable charts: job postings, new job postings, and claimant counts. The job postings charts are there to help you understand how employer demand has been trending throughout the crisis. And a claimant counts chart will give you an idea of how unemployment has been changing in the region. So if we expand the first job postings chart, what we see is just how much employer demand has slumped during the period of initial lockdown and how it has begun to pick up thereafter. So the total number of unique job postings in February was 66,000, and this fell very steeply to around 41,000 by June, before then picking up in the following months, so that by the time we get to October, we see that there are 51,000 unique job postings per month in the area, significantly up on June, but still well below the pre-lockdown numbers. Moving on to claimant counts, the first thing to say is that whilst this metric is not an exact measure of unemployment, since it includes universal credit, it is currently the best yardstick given that actual unemployment figures have a significant time lag. What we see here in Manchester is that claimant counts have almost doubled during the crisis period, going from around 18,000 in March to around 35,000 in September. So that gives you an idea of general employer hiring trends and unemployment change. But what are the change in actual jobs? Moving down the response tracker, what you'll see is a couple of charts showing the job titles that have seen the biggest increases and decreases in job postings from December 2019 to October 2020. What this does is to give users an indication of which jobs are most sought after and which ones less so. So for example, in Manchester, we see demand for jobs like remote developers, which is an interesting reflection on the changing situation with companies looking to increase their online presence and using remote workers to help them to do so. Moving on down the tracker, we then have a table which gives us a deeper dive into the occupations in the area which are most niche to that area, and also an exposure index which measures how much an occupation could be affected by the crisis, given a number of factors including the extent of furlough and physical proximity in the role. So if we click on location quotient for Manchester, we can see it has a heavy concentration of occupations in passenger air transport, and we can get a sense of employer demand for these. If we then click on the exposure index, we can see which occupations in the area have the most potential exposure to the crisis, and again, the level of employer demand for these jobs. Finally, the table at the bottom of the tracker is similar to the one that we've just seen, only this time we are looking at industries rather than occupations. Again, users can search by location quotient, and we can see air transport and associated industries being quite prominent. We can also use the exposure index to see which industries are likely to be most affected by the disruption, and as you might expect, it is predominantly hospitality sectors and those that involve people working in close proximity to others that are most exposed. We hope that this has given you a good idea of how the response tracker can help you navigate your way through this time of disruption so you can be better informed and therefore more able to respond successfully. Do get in contact with us if you'd like to find out more.